Sounds like a dish of some
To be honest,
sort.
if I Google Raivotar, I'll probably find a Latin American Zo player. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
We'll see, man. I think it sounds like seafood. But that being said, Terran not going to be doing anything super funky. 12 racks, 12 gas. Probably see him go up to a total of 2 Reapers. Can add in that third if he's feeling a little bit brave, but we generally see the 11 gas go down for that sort of thing.
Yeah, we usually do. I think it's a pretty great tell as well because you're going to spend a lot of gas and you need to get it somehow. So it's a pretty late one as well. And we even saw in the previous game, if we're going to look at that as well, he only got 1 Reaper, which is actually I want to say a bit more common nowadays. That triple
Yeah.
Reaper just so overly used almost.
It's really the thing is with the triple Reaper opening out of Terran, it's just extremely powerful, and it can really give you a distinctive advantage if your opponent is, for instance, slipping up on micro, or if they're not paying attention, if they struggle with crisis management. Like it's the kind of thing that which is high reward, but not super high risk, I'd say, for the Terran.
I kind of agree. It's not really high risk anymore because it's gone standard. Before, it would be considered something that you have to do damage with, but then Terrans kind of realized how to use them late in the game, and then it kind of became more normal. Now, this is actually something I want to touch upon because I saw a Reddit post about it just recently, like really like 2 hours ago, perhaps. You see, the kind of pattern below each base on this map. There's like kind of this pixelated pattern.
Like in the tiles.
Yeah, that's actually from a like a simulator or game in HTML5 that is really popular from what I understand, like a pixel generating game
Oh, it's like
almost.
a tiny Easter egg here.
It is actually a really cool Easter egg, yeah.
That's a little cute. I like him, man. Like I can appreciate things like that.
I really do as well. I actually would have no idea though if it wasn't for that post because I never actually played the game. But it's a zero player game, which means you actually only decide how the game starts and then just plays itself out with a certain set of rules.
I can't code, man, so I would.
Oh, dude, I couldn't either. Like, I actually just tried to press in letters and it didn't work.
Yeah, I think I was trying to learn it at some point, but nah, just got lazy.
Yeah.
Instead, I spent all of my time like watching StarCraft 2 and playing StarCraft 2, and I think that's why I've landed this where I end up sitting around here talking about video games all day.
The dream.
The dream. Speaking of which,
This Reaper's not having his dream.
no, he didn't. He barely got anything done. Like he came in, saw the gas,
He
saw no
literally
guys
got nothing
mining.
done.
Yeah, but Raivotar actually, the moment that Reaper left his base, put 3 drones back in, and he drops that Banelingness, and he's gonna go for a bust play.
Now this is interesting. We see that starport started with the tech lab right next to it. So this looks like he, like Terran wants to go into Banshee play with like a Hellbat Banshee push. And this can actually be a hardcore counter. Now we saw Life do this, for instance against 4GG, I remember back in December. A lot actually, and this was considered to be like the hardest of counters. And what you do is you send your links out on the map, you hide them from the Terran, you do not want to show them, and well, Raivotar doesn't care. He just
No, he doesn't give a damn, man.
Yeah,
He's gonna
too
go
much.
right for the surround, and he's gonna catch all of them. No, one barely slips out there, but still. What does he have at home? He has no bunker on the low ground. Mule's being forced to evacuate. Banshee on the way, getting that cloak, but still, he's also nearing a supply block, and if these depots at the front go down, you know what that means.
Indeed. But the problem right now, though, is that we've seen this before happen. And, well, if Terran is quick enough, he can absolutely set up a few bunkers. But where are they? By the way, have you changed scene?
Yes, I have now, so it'll just have to play catch up on the stream, guys.
Or did you just do now?
No, I did it a while back.
Oh, good, good, good.
Thank you for reminding me, though. Shows you care. But, do you know what? Raivotar doesn't. He's just going to go right for the throat. It breaks down the front. And Terran heavily supply blocked. Additional Zergly streaming in. So even if he manages to clean up these first initial waves, he's not going to be able to reinforce for quite some time. And I think this is just going to be a really quick GG here out of Terran.
I think so as well. Raivotar taking that previous game very, I have to say one-sidedly almost, and well, he's going to move in right now and just kill off his opponent once again. I have to say though, I'm very surprised that Terran decided not to get any bunkers, any like even just barracks almost to wall off with. You can even build
Anything.
command centers, like
Yeah, like
anything.
just
Just give
something.
me something.
Yeah, but he finishes up the armory though. So I mean, I guess that's nice. Two Hellbats here. Hellbats of course deal very well with links, but not gonna be enough. He can just go and break down this wall. Should back off here though, and get some banelings in, because the Hellbats in these positions will actually do a lot of damage. But no, he just goes right for it. Doesn't care, man.
Hey, he gets in and you can't really repair that reactor as he's building. So, well, he's just gonna kill everything off here. And Terran, he tried to kind of pull a heart here, you know, surviving with a few workers, but that's not gonna happen. And all the links now ravaging the rest. Behind this, Raivotar is just droning up. 31 to 1 worker. I mean, mules are considered to be strong, but there is a limit to them.
Yeah, they're not this strong. Like, so that you can come back from a single SCV.
No, and well, right now, yeah, we have 2 SCVs, 2 mules, actually 3 mules.
He's still staying in this. What?
Well, otherwise he's out of the tournament, so I guess why not?
A for effort.
Yeah, he can't even get an A plus. He would get an A plus if he just put down any buildings, but he didn't, so he doesn't get an A in my book. Now, Raivotar right away sees the Banshee, goes for those Spore Crawlers, shouldn't take any damage. Actually saw them before even, so he got the first few Spore Crawlers, now adding the extra ones just to make sure it doesn't take any damage. I think the easiest way for him to close out the game is either to go straight into Muta or just go straight into a big Roach push. That's the easiest way to make sure we don't see a weird scenario where the Terran actually wins the game.
Yeah, because he continuously makes Banshees, for instance. But like you say, you know, he needs an army with a little more substance than only pure Zergling. But the cloak on this Banshee is gonna run out soon. Killing a couple of drones, but what does it matter? I mean, back up to 8 SCVs. It's just really hard to sort of make things seem optimistic here for our Terran player.
Yeah, and well, Terran, he doesn't have too much to do at home, so he can actually micro his heart out with these Banshees, but still, Queen's have pretty long range, and he gets a few workers, which is really nice for him. 3 workers, but he's still so far behind, and right now, Raivotar is just waiting and waiting for that Spire. He's just adding up more gas, and sure, you can get a missile turret or 2, but is Terran really going to get like 5 missile turrets? Because we're going to see 10 plus mutas right off the bat here.
I think that's just going to be the nail in the coffin. We see a single Widowmine here in the natural onto this Overlord, so gonna bring that down, but like you said, like turrets, what we see Terran doing right now is he's tried to delay the inevitable.
Well,
you know
yeah.
what Terminator said?
What did Terminator say?
Judgment Day is inevitable.
Oh dear.
I hope you've seen Terminator 2.
Yes, I have. Yes,
Yeah,
I
dude.
have.
Okay, that's like a really good film.
It is. But you know what? I don't think we're going to see Terran come back into this. And we see 8 meters already started. Gas enough to make many more where they came from. Third is supposed to be done soon. Actually, it is going to be done soon. And, well, very little left here for Terran to defend with.
Well,
now he's starting to build a bit of a wall off, but nah. It's not really enough.
Maybe he can send himself back in time to make that hold, where he builds bunkers.
He can pull a real Terminator, just send himself back.
Yeah. He goes back in time in a time machine to build bunkers on top of his ramp.
He's going to cheat. He actually sends himself back in time with the 22 workers he has now, so he can actually eradicate Raivotar before Raivotar has enough to eradicate him in his past.
Oh, that would be like so weird. Like I'm gonna kill you in a best of 3 before we play this first best of 3.
Okay, I think we just went way too Terminator.
meta, man.
We went
Too
too
meta.
Terminator. No go.
Okay, so
full
here we go.
Terminator.
The mutas make their way in here, but actually a Thor pops out of this factory. So you know what? Terran sort of slowly clawing his way back in. Raivotar, of course, with this third base, he's gonna have a really good setup economy. But let's say that Raivotar happened to misstep and bunch up all of his units, and then somehow lose a handful of Zerglings, or the majority of his Zerglings, to those Hellbats. Then maybe I could see a comeback, but it sort of feels fairly distant still.
It would kind of be a Goody playstyle as well. If you guys know Goody, it would be kind of the similar, where you just turtle up for ages, slowly but surely build an army, and then hope that the opponent isn't good enough to kind of counteract it. But, well, I'm not expecting something like that, because we see Raivotar already getting that Roach Warren already. It's 50 minutes in, but finally, rather, he gets that Roach Warren. He's a 63 worker, still making him and he's just setting up for the perfect composition to kind of just bust down his opponent. And Terran knows that he has to get a second base, so what can he do except for just trying to establish it?
It's going to be a slow, prolonged kind of battle of attrition going on from Terran's perspective, because it's going to be a very rough climb. I hope that he's bought his mountain shoes.
Well, he certainly is going to need them. Right now he's creating Thors because he's afraid of that kind of Mutacloud, which understandably is very dangerous, but the massive amount of roaches incoming will just be too much for him. And here comes the Mutas to kind of go around here and kill the turret right away.
He's looking for an angle.
He actually finds it. Almost!
But
Decide to go for it.
No, the mass repair there, a little too good. And here comes the Thor on a delivery bus, and you actually need to be fairly careful. The Mutal is fairly stacked. And a couple of good volleys do go down there, pushing them away for now. But like you said there, dude, we have these 15 roaches on the way, 1-1 to complement this, as well as roach speed.
Yeah, and now Baning speed starts as well, so it looks like he's just going to buzz through Banes and just to go in with the roaches, killing off the rest. He's a bit afraid of Siege Tanks, you can tell, because he's getting the Banelings, but it's still really fine for him, and the base might even help against the Marines at this point, so Raivotar is going for the kind of well-known composition for just big busts, really, where you go for the Banes in the front, just crush through them, and then you just walk in with the roaches. You can even just send links behind.
Yeah, like you reinforce with them because they're so quick.
Exactly, they are created quick. They run so quickly. I mean, yeah, it's very hard to hold against this kind of push.
Yeah, but you know what? Especially when you're at 66 versus 200 supply.
Well, Terran is going for his first drop here, and we actually saw this similar today, where Hack tried to do this against Snoot, but in this scenario, I don't think that he can really trick Raivotar into winning this game. I think it's a bit too late for that, and here comes the SCV. Oh my god, that SCV is terrified!
Yeah, he sees everything. The Banelings gonna move up here, bust this down. No amount of Hellbats can save you. Baneling speed even finishing up here at the start of this engagement, running into 11 SCVs. He's going to be able to bring it down, everything on the ground, and even though this drop here in the 4th base, I mean, that's pretty much irrelevant at this point. We're going to have GG out of Terran here.
We are, and even sending back the Mutas just to make sure. Here comes the rest of the roaches, using the Banings in the front, and I'd say...
Bang.
Yeah, that's a big bang. And here comes the roaches walking in. And well, you might have held against the Lynx with your Hellions and with your Banshees, but no fancy play is going to save you here. Terran right now.
This is the point where he still stays in the game and floats away his command centers and starts building up again, but no, guys, not gonna have any of that. So Raivotar makes it through, and he's gonna be playing the up and down match now versus Eric to decide who is gonna be the one to advance on and join B-Lord as